Welcome back, everybody. I'm Stan. And here is a special guest with me. If you watched the first episode, you already know this, but...
I'm Chuck.
And we are playing Donkey Kong Country, the original on the Super Nintendo. And Chuck is basically making all of the platform gaming that you've seen from me and Mark look even more pathetic. I don't even know if you can call what we do platform gaming. It's remarkable to me going back to these old systems, because the thing is now, like, if you watch our Mario Brothers playthrough, it's bad. It's really bad. But now I just
Alright.
That's Pit.
I accept that.
But now I go back and I can play Mario, and I can beat the game just like one playthrough. Yeah. I don't struggle with it. But it took a lot to go from modern gaming to classic gaming, just because of you had to be a lot more precise, I feel, in classic gaming with your controls. They were a lot less forgiving.
I agree with that.
They don't, mistakes. Like there's no recovery from a mistake. You make a mistake, you die.
You miss the jump and then you fall down into the pit there.
Yep. Yeah. And the thing is this is early in the game yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like this is the end of the game and all of a sudden you have to be, frame perfect precise. This is early in the game where you have to be pretty on the ball.
Yep. To be fair, both in 1 and 2, I'm terrible at the minecart levels.
I've always been terrible at the minecart levels. That's one thing I 100% remember from the days of my youth playing this. is this would have been where I struggled the most.
Yep. Because it jumps like that.
Yep. The thing is they're very efficiently set up and laid out, though. Even though it's tough, it feels intelligently designed.
Yeah, it's just challenging.
Yep.
But it's fun challenge. Almost fell out of the cart there.
Yes, you did. Yeah, no, it's challenging, and it's not unforgiving. It's not unfair. It's a lot of learning.
Yeah.
And repetition.
Definitely. Because you got to understand parts of the level, and then you keep dying on one. Then you understand that part.
Yep, you get it. And once you get it, then you move on and you get to the next part. And the next part is, a different challenge that you have to play through and learn. And
those ones are what get me on these levels, are the dudes that just come from the right.
Yep.
Got like a split second to think about it.
The nice thing about it is there is some screen there.
Yep.
So you do have that split second to react. I feel like a lot of games from this era would have put you in the middle of the screen.
Yep.
And it would have become pure memorization.
Nightmare. Yeah.
But that's what makes this game great. It really does, handle things intelligently, and fairly.
Mm-hmm.
And even just like that fact right there, one hit doesn't kill you.
Yep.
They could have very easily had it where you get hit. Don't care that you have Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong in the cart. You're done.
Yep.
They were wise enough to say,
that was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, well, shit happens. Now this is more like I'm playing.
Yep. Yeah, Stan actually grabbed the controller from me. This isn't me. Really wish I would have just taken that skip in the beginning of the level now. Yep.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Yep.
There is the big skip in the beginning of the level.
Had to be cocky and show it off.
The level is really cool. Especially at the time this was something that wasn't done real frequently prior to this. I mean, I couldn't say 100% for sure, but
Oh yeah.
it wasn't something that was extremely prevalent. And as a result, it's cool and different.
I know there's one guy at the end of this where you think you're in the clear. He's pretty notorious for just coming out of nowhere and then getting you.
Well, every level's got to have one of those guys.
Yep, gotta get you off guard. I think those things what I just died on last, the minecarts that are on the track there. They're what get me because you gotta have pretty precise jumps over.
Yep, you got to time it pretty well.
What is timing?
Yeah.
At least the rest of this world's pretty easy.
Yeah, and the cool thing with this game is we're just sitting down for an evening recording this, and we probably can play through this entire game.
Yep.
It's not a, ridiculous... Well, not that... I enjoy games that, will take you 20, 30, 40, 100 hours.
Yep.
This game is not one of them. This is a very Mario-esque game in the fact that it's a 4 to 5 hour playthrough. Maybe 6 if you're rusty.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that marathon.
Yep.
Well, at least you got the extra guys.
Yep. I got them for a reason. I think the next world, the forest-looking world, I think that's just a really nice-looking world. Just sprites and whatnot. You get the orangutans, they look cool. This is gonna end up being the episode, Stan, this whole level.
Hey, that's alright. There's episodes that we have where we're in the same level for like 4 days, so... And I'm literally, we're recording 4 sessions in the same world.
Oh my god.
A lot of times what happens is we will hit a point where there's a level that we just cannot beat, and I will play it over and over and over just in my free time until I have that level memorized.
Yep. Just get it down
and then it's... the next time we meet, we can actually make some progress then. And it's actually funny talking about progress. One of the risks popping this into the Super Nintendo is one of the... There he is.
I anticipated him, but it's all good. I have Diddy.
One of the risks I'm taking with us playing this on the Super Nintendo is my Super Nintendo and my copy of Final Fantasy III for the Super Nintendo has a tendency when I reinsert the cartridge to erase save games. And me and Mark have a game going right now that should erase when I reinsert it. I'm not going to have a whole lot of fun. You guys will see me streaming, because I'll stream it, of me catching back up. But it's going to be like a insane 40-hour to catch up marathon.
Yeah.
So I was taking a risk with it, but it's worth it.
Definitely.
Oh,
this is laggy. I think the snow world is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of ice physics in video games to begin with, let alone with monkeys.
Yeah. When done well, they're done well. When done poorly, they're done poorly, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. I think every single one of them has a double, but I didn't have the time to get over there.
Right. It would make sense.
Yep.
That's still well worth your time.
Yep. I think that's the only use for the tire.
I can't think of another one, but I'm like I said, I'm very much not the expert on this. I haven't picked up the original Donkey Kong Country since mid-2000s, probably. At the most recent, maybe longer.
That's that's right. You need that up there. Yeah, that's quite a while.
And it's just... There's so many games that I want to play, I own, I'd like to do series on or whatever, but you only have so much time to do that.
Yep.
Which, as a young child, I never realized how good I had it, that I could spend, 14 hours a day playing video games in the summer.
Yep.
Because do times change and real life sets in.
Mm-hmm.
And now I spend 12 hours a day during the week dealing with work or work related.
It's kind of funny when Wrinkly spazzes out there. But it's nice that they don't die right away.
Yep.
I know a lot of speedrunners will use that for not infinite health, but absurd amounts of resets. But
yeah.
Alright. Did not think
Well.
that was the button. Worth it.
Such is life.
Yep.
It's another one down.
Yeah, the original 3, I'd have to say, take the popular opinion here and say second is the best. And then I'd say this is second, and the third one's definitely last. I think they took some respectable but risky choices for the third one.
Yep, I would agree.
And Kiddy Kong is just annoying.
Yeah.
He's like Donkey Kong, but 1,000 times worse.
Yeah, and I mean, that's... You have to mix things up sometimes. It's just kind of a fact of life.
Yeah.
In the video game world, you can't...
If you made the same formula for every single game, they'd be boring.
Right.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. Perfect.
Indeed. I know my way around most levels that aren't minecarts or swimming, but those are kind of the bane of my existence.
Oh, that was close. Not ridiculously close, but...
This is a fun level. I like the whole hit the stop and go concept.
It's... Once again, a lot of really, really cool ideas went into these games.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been easy enough for them to really just, keep the simplest formula and just make it a platformer. Instead, they went out on a limb and made things kind of different.
Oh, yeah. I think Rare is definitely one of my favorite companies.
There was a time, especially in classic gaming, they were one of my favorite companies. There's some things they did that are really, really bad. There's some NES games they made that are pretty terrible, but there's a lot of NES games that are terrible.
True.
Millstone Mayhem. Before you get rolling on this one, let's start a new episode because I've lost track of time. The alarm went off a little while ago, but that's all right. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying the fact that you're watching a basement series where we're making some progress.
Yeah.
This is what happens when we bring in special guests. They're good at video games, and we're not.
Glad to. See you guys later.
Later.